What's up, you guys? So, like I was saying in my Spilling the Tea segment, Moose has brought in 2 vocalists. Now, I prefer... What's that boy's name? It's James something. I want to say James Clark, but I have no idea why. Is that actually his name? Fuck. Anyways, I prefer the dude from Throw the Fight. So, we're going to have a listen to the song that completely blew my mind. And then we're going to get into Debbie Day. Even though it's 8:30 at night, I'm going to do a couple of Debbie songs. So, here we go. Oh, that was louder than I thought. Remind me of those vocals. It's like 2005, 2006. Is it Danny Worsnop? Is that who he reminds me of? No. I mean, yes, but not this part. Chris Motionless, maybe? And now this reminds me of Jared Leto. Dear Mom, Dear Dad, Dear Man Lost. Obviously, there wasn't a solo. Okay. So, just from personal preference and I guess, I don't know, being into a lot of bands that kind of didn't make it, I'm guessing there's a couple of reasons that I can hear from this track why they may not have made it or broken through. Number one, there's no solo. Everything is layered and put together very well, but it's something that we've all heard before, and so it's nothing new and it's nothing groundbreaking. Like I said, there wasn't a solo, but you could tell that they could be very guitar technical if they wanted to, but there was nothing that really made it shine. And towards the end there, if they had, that last chorus, if it had been more of a breakdown moment, if it had had more depth, and I think if it had ended like that, it would have been a stronger ending. And it's another thing. It's like, it's kind of, you're repeating yourself, and it's nothing, you're not getting any, you're not getting differentials or anything like that. So, I don't know. But that's what, like, I would have done, is I would have put a solo in, and I would have changed the last chorus to be more of a breakdown effect, because everything else is something that we've all heard before. His voice alone, I don't know if there's two vocalists, but assuming it's the one guy, his voice alone, I can hear 3 other vocalists coming out of it. And if I want to listen to this type of music, there's like 10 bands that I have in my back pocket that can either be just like this or one step further. While She Sleeps, Bullet, Asking Alexandria. You know that thing that happens when you say something and then you lose track of every band you've ever heard of before? That's what's happening right now. But essentially, and also they were signed to Bullet Tooth, which I've never heard of that label before. So it could be that they just didn't have the promotion or the marketing or the touring capabilities that they needed to really get them off the ground. And that's unfortunate. But sometimes that's what happens when you go to a indie label or a smaller label before you play with the big boys. Do you know what I mean? Like Sony, UMG, that type of thing, and all of their little baby companies under them. When you go with a bigger one to start out with, I've noticed, except for Roadrunner, God forbid, if you're watching this and you have a band, do not sign with Roadrunner. Oh my God, they are like notorious for dropping people and not giving bands what they need. Like Jamie from Bullet, I think his band Revoker was signed to Roadrunner, and it's just like they just give up on bands, and it's like they find a new band to play with essentially every 6 months. And if you don't like wow them, or I don't know, I'm just really glad that Bullet went with Sony instead of Roadrunner in the beginning. I feel like that was a really smart move on their part. But now they've gone to like a smaller indie label where they have like more control, and they have like I think their contract is like royalty based now instead of just advances and stuff like that. So that's nice to have, but I think starting out with a smaller label, it can be very hard when you don't have a lot of mainstream success behind you, or a lot of mainstream, what's the word I'm looking for, like noticeability. We're getting off track here. The point is, I like the song, but I felt like it was lacking in some parts, and because of that, I felt like it's just another band. But you should still respect them because they like create music, and they did this and they made it this far. But at the same time, look at all these other bands who I could get the exact same feeling from or hear the exact same tones from. And yeah, I'm blabbering. Okay, sorry.